tomorrow. Look, the Bucs, they need the Falcons to lose, so they're going to become Saints fans tomorrow, which is so strange. So obviously, the Panthers, if they had come back, they had the effort right there. There was a lot of things that started to kind of go their way. If they had won the game, they would be in, this would be over, but we live on for another day, and so do the Panthers and the Buccaneers. Welcome in, everybody. Game day highlights. Michael Robinson, Maurice Jones-Drew, Colleen Wolfe. This was a tight game at the end, but just by the score, but it didn't feel like it throughout the entire game. It felt like it was the Bucs side of things the entire time. And when things finally started to kind of go the Panthers' way, it just really fell apart. There were penalties.
Yeah.
It was, how did the Bucs pull this off?
Well, to me, they controlled the line of scrimmage, especially offensively. You look at the run game numbers, 136 rushing yards for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to 19 for the Carolina Panthers. And when you do that, when you can run the football on first and second down well, right, it turns your third downs into manageable third downs. And so when you look at when Baker Mayfield went to go throw the football, a lot of it was play action passes. A lot of it was getting him on the edge so that he can have the option to do what you're seeing right there, run the football or throw it. That's the answer for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Run the football. Now, again, they didn't have a bunch of breakout runs or anything like that, but the running backs ran the football enough times to make the defense have to guess what the next play is, and that's really all you want, MJD. And I thought Baker Mayfield did a great job coming back from that interception he had earlier in the game, because we know when he throws interceptions, as of late, this team loses. They kept their composure. They made plays late in this game, and they ended up winning the game. I thought their experience showed up, and that was the reason they won this championship moment.
Yeah, again, I thought it was the volume runs. I thought Baker Mayfield played smart at times in the pocket, right? Not forcing the ball. You talked about that interception. Not forcing the ball to his wide receivers, but taking off and running and converting on third downs, keeping that defense on the field, keeping your defense off the field so that they can be rested and go out there and shut down the running game. This throw right here, early in the game, I thought that first drive was so important. You went out, you had a scripted drive, you went out and scored, went right down the field and scored, and you put all the pressure on the Panthers to go out there and have to play catch-up. And we know that the Panthers want to run the football, they want to control the clock, they want to make plays. Shout out to Mike Evans, who made some big-time catches early on. But at the end of the day, you said it in the pregame, you have to control the line of scrimmage.
It's true, and let's go through the Bucs' final possession here, because Cade Otton, he had a monster game, 7 catches for 94 yards. He was the engine of this offense. He was in critical moments, just coming up with big plays. He scored the opening touchdown for the Bucs, and then had a crucial catch in this fourth quarter late in the game. Let's take a look right here, a 20-yard reception to help seal the win.
But Colleen, again, it comes off the play action, right? So we got to mention, it was rain, it was some weather, and you got big pass rushers, big guys trying to stop the run, moving in one direction. Now they got to realize, oh, snap, the running back doesn't have the football. Now they got to change direction and go back the other way with a tight end running full speed going opposite of them. And I think the broadcast said it a few times. They could have ran nakeds and bootlegs all day long. It's like stealing, right? Again, getting your quarterback on the edge where he can either throw it or he can run it. Those are some of the safest plays you want to have, especially when the weather isn't great.
Yeah, I thought, again, it was a great game plan. Right, I truly believe that the running game helped out a ton. But when you have to cover Mike Evans, when you have to cover Mbuka, all these other guys, Bucky Irvin, all these running backs, and then Cade Otton, there's not enough players on the field to have eyes on everybody. And so when you're running the ball well, when your quarterback is converting on third downs, and he's able to get the ball out, and all these receivers are making plays for him.
9 different guys.
Exactly. The tight end comes open, and most of that first touchdown pass, the linebacker ran right by him to cover Bucky Irvin, left it wide open for the safety to try to get there, and it was too much. He had 2 other receivers on the other side he had to focus on. So, again, great job, again, by Baker Mayfield offensively. I know they didn't score that many points, and that's okay. We always say you got to score enough. You got to score enough. But to go to that first drive and to keep the clock and to keep that defense off the field and keep the other opposing defense on the field is what won the game.
And MJD, we talked about it when we were watching the game. When Tampa Bay went right down the field and scored first, we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Now the pressure's going to the Carolina Panthers side because, again, it's bad weather. It's a championship situation, a winning-in type of situation. You don't want to be the team always playing behind, and I thought Tampa going up first did a great job.
And Jacob Parrish on the defense, he also had a great play to stop the momentum from the Panthers and had that interception. But Sarah Walsh is actually with another defender right now who had some key incentives on the line in this game as well, Levante David.
Levante, it was messy, it was gritty, but playoff hopes are still alive. How hard will these next 24 hours be waiting?
It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough not to think about it. You know, I'm sure the whole organization will be up watching the games tomorrow. But all we did we control. And today we got out here and control what we did in this atmosphere. We was able to get a victory, you know, in this tough environment. You know, with the rain, with the Panthers, you know, they're a tough football team. So definitely looking forward to tomorrow, man. But we're going to leave it up to the football guys.
You have made huge plays for this organization for more than a decade now. Tell me about that fumble recovery on Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, man, we had a blitz call, and I was locked in on the running back, and I was able to trigger. You know, once they handed him the ball, I was able to trigger, and that's how I got there so quick. You know, he tried to flick it back. Flea figured the guys in the back end said nobody wasn't even running the route, so I'm glad that happened, but he slipped and kind of stumbled the football, and I just had to attack it. You know, it was an opportunity to help change the game around, and I was able to do that.
You leave this stadium tonight tied with Derek Brooks in all-time tackles here. What does that mean to you, being tied up there with a Hall of Famer?
I would say it's very fitting. You know what I'm saying? DB got a lot of respect out of me. You know, I love that guy to death. You know, when I first got here, you know, we had lunch together. He was the first person to reach out to me. And throughout my 14-year career, he stayed in constant contact with me. And it's incredible. It's incredible. You know, just the guy that he is, what I love about him the most is what he is off the field. And that's why I got a lot of respect for him. And it's very fitting to be tied with a guy like that. You know, definitely incredibly humble and grateful for it. And, you know, I'm sure it's definitely a blessing.
How many tackles would you make tomorrow for the Saints if you could?
1,000. Try to get 1,000. I'll try to do whatever I can to get 1,000 tackles for the Saints. But, you know what I'm saying, we just don't let them handle what they need to handle. And hopefully it falls in our favor.
Congratulations, Levante. Nobody deserves this more.
Thank you, sir.
What a wild way for this year regular season to end with the Bucs being Saints fans. And check this out, the Bucs here shouting out Levante David in elite company, joining Hall of Famers Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher as the only player since 1982 with 40-plus sacks and 35-plus takeaways. His performance today helped the Bucs defense limit the Panthers to just